My next guest, friend of the show. He grew up in like a town over from me in Rahway, New Jersey. We call him the Rahway Rifle. That's right. And he was affiliated with the Jets for a while. They just made a mistake and let him go. But he's going to be doing a lot of things. Maybe some MMA, maybe some, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever he's got going on. He's a great athlete.
MMA,
Please
for
welcome
real?
Antonio, if I can announce him.
Sorry, that's exciting.
Antonio Garay.
that
Antonio Garay. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? How's everything? Appreciate you having me back on the show.
Can I say this? You're lucky not to be involved with a Mickey Mouse organization like the Jets.
Well, on to the next one.
Yeah. So now is it true that you're trying some MMA stuff?
I add that to my training.
Yeah.
I have a wrestling background, so
Okay,
I do a
you
lot
wrestle.
of wrestling.
Did you wrestle too? Did you go to Rahway High?
Went to Broadway High, yeah.
That's a tough
Well, you were
school, man.
national champ in wrestling, right?
I was pretty
State
good.
and national champ.
In my heyday, I was pretty good, so I kind of implement all that kind of stuff into my training.
That's scary.
People try to talk to me about doing all that kind of stuff, but I'm still currently working on getting back on the NFL team.
Yeah,
so.
MMA, you got to be a great wrestler, right? That's the core of it.
I think it's a foundation.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
all the wrestlers are pretty much, they're all the strikers. They're
Right.
the guys that just go after it.
Now, what about the NFL, though? Like the NFL, are you going to just keep trying for that?
Yeah,
Sure,
I
why
definitely think, I'll be picked up this year without a question.
Oh, good, man, good. And now, anybody in the running for that you want to, are you allowed to talk about it? Or?
No, right now it's just a waiting game. I know you know how it goes.
Yeah, he was in the league for a while, yeah.
Sometimes when you're out, I've been in this situation before, unfortunately, but, when you're playing ball and then when all of a sudden the team doesn't want you anymore, you got to kind of wait for injuries, someone not to be playing good.
Right.
So, it's just kind of one of those times for me. It's a waiting game. If someone's interested in me, they just have me on their boards. And if something just happens to go wrong with their team, then I get a phone call.
Are you? What do you consider yourself strictly a 3-4 guy, or do you want to play?
He's way
can
taller
you do
than
a
that.
3 technique?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You got to be
I'm
6'.
Yeah,
yeah,
a petite 3-4.
very petite 3-4.
No, are you? But is that something that you have done in the past, playing like a 3 technique? Or
Yeah,
are you just
I've
going to
played
be
the 3 technique. I played 4 and some 5. Definitely more of an interior guy, but could play the 3-4, 4-3. I played the 4-3 when I was in Chicago. That's how I know my man Dan right there.
Okay.
So, I've definitely been.
What about lining up on the nose?
Yeah, I mean, in San Diego, I was just strictly a nose tackle.
Yeah,
Head
so
up,
it
shade.
seems like you've got a lot of. I mean, being able to play all those positions, that's got to be helping your cause right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm a guy. I'm about 325 right now, so I'm a big guy. I'm not small by any means.
So you don't look 325. You look like it's a lot of muscle. You look
I work out.
You
I
look
have nothing but
streamlined.
time on my hands.
I'm saying you look
All
streamlined.
I do is work out.
Because I'm 325 too. Look at the two of us. But now, do you work out literally every day? Like go at it?
Yeah, every day. I work
How
out.
long in the gym for? How long you work out for?
I mean, realistically, I probably do about an hour and a half just with the weights. Another about an hour and a half running, stuff like that. And
Break it
it really
down.
consists of 3 hours. When people start telling you they're doing all this
Yeah.
extra stuff, it's not really. I think it's kind of far-fetched.
Break
Your
it
body
down.
can't handle all that.
Break it down for us, your day.
But then I do extra stuff. Like my brother's been trying to convince me that, worst case scenario, try to get into some wrestling. Some other friends of mine have been trying to get me into MMA. I'm really focused on getting back into the NFL.
Well,
I
shit,
know
that
I'll-
should be your main focus, I think.
Without
Yeah.
question.
Why not shoot for that and see what happens? But break down your day. You got eating, sleeping, working out, banging. What's an average day?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Like 3 hours in the gym, at least 3 hours of sex, I'd assume. 3.5 hours of eating. Now, how much of being a good role model?
I mean, I just spent before I came on the show, I'm all into trying to eat right and try to eat, to lean up and not be
Oh,
considered a chubby guy. Because when I saw myself in all white when I was playing with the Jets in the preseason, I looked, white's not my color.
No, well, it's not anybody's
Not
color
my
when you're trying to look thin.
Yeah.
So you got to put on the dark colors. That's why I have this on.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's why I do all the things with the lines and stuff, throw everybody off.
I like
a little
that
bit.
shirt though.
Yeah.
Tone
Tone nose. I'm tone.
You're tone.
Yeah.
Is that your line of clothing?
No, it's just fun,
Okay.
I think I know a little bit more than everybody else. And when I don't, I know as much as everybody else.
Now, what year did you graduate from Rahway High?
98.
98. Wow. Yeah, I went to Union, in Rahway. Rahway's a tough school, man. Did you have any trouble there? Did anybody try to, because you were a big star on a football team, any, gang people try to come up to you and, beat you up and you just had to deal with them?
No, I come from a pretty prominent family that's pretty big, all like myself, and we're kind of our own
stood
gang,
away
so
from it.
they stay away from us.
Oh, good. Now, how's your brother doing? I met him last time.
Yeah, my brother's doing good. He's in the back. I'll actually be at the Rahway high school football game this Saturday.
Oh, you are? You go? That's
alum,
cool.
you know?
That's cool. Now, you must get anybody from Rahway ever go to the pros besides you?
Yeah, we had a couple. We had a few guys. This past year, we had.
Just in the past year?
Yeah, we had 3 guys. I think, unfortunately, all 3 of us are not playing
Well,
right now. But last
that's
year, we had 3 guys from my hometown all playing in the NFL.
That's a big
So it's
achievement.
big.
It's a big achievement
Huge.
getting the NFL. It is,
no doubt.
I mean, he played 7 years. That's why I was telling him. How long you were in it for? A couple of years, though.
Yeah, this will be my 10th season, so
Wow. So
I'm still trying to
better
plug away
You're
doing
better
it.
than John.
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Well, no, John always wanted to play for 10 years, and you did that. You
Yeah,
did.
that's a great. Yeah, it's a big achievement, man.
How does it feel? I mean, do you laugh at someone like John with only 7 years?
No, not at all. Not at all.
But do you giggle when you know that
7
was his
years,
life?
that's
Because
huge.
he's told me this privately and on the air that his life dream was 10 years in the NFL. That's all he wanted to get. And you got that, he didn't.
No, you know what I think it is? I think
It's kind of funny.
No, but I think that's what everyone thinks when they first come in the league, though, right? I think a lot of guys do think like, yo, if you try to get as many years in as possible, but then all of a sudden you're like, man, 10 is that nice round number.
Right.
Yeah.
then-
No, I would pray. I would pray to God every night
That you got 10 years.
to give me 10 years.
And then he disappointed you.
well, no,
Or you
my
dis-
body just.
Did you
broke.
disappoint God or did he disappoint
I'm not
you?
sure. I'm not sure which. But my body just fell apart. Once I hit 30, things started just.
The
wheels,
football
the
gods
wheels
definitely
came off.
have
You got to
their
be
say.
careful. Now, what do you think, Antonio? Did you suffer from any concussions and how many? Do you even know? Look, you're going for money. He's doing this too. Same thing. He's trying to get the lawsuit going too. I see him every day
Man.
filling out lawyer papers and everything.
Yeah. Well,
It's crazy. I don't know that part of the game, though.
You got to get a lawyer, man. He'll get you a lawyer.
I'm not educated on that part
And
of the
you
game.
were bumping heads like crazy with the positions you played. You should be out there getting money.
Me and him, that's all we do every
You were
play.
there 10 full
Yeah.
years. He was a measly 7.
He had a lot. Let me tell you, a lot of head-on-head collisions.
That's all
I'm
we
sure.
did. It's the dumbest thing in the world, and I think that's leading to the it's important to get your best players on the
Right.
field. If I were a coach, I would sub the fullback out and put a wide out in.
But nowadays, it's almost gone.
Yeah,
that position. Like,
no one wants to do it because
Yeah,
it's
no one wants to do
dumb.
it.
It's the dumbest thing in the world. Running headlong 10 yards, helmet to helmet every play in practice too.
not the smartest thing to do.
No, I can't believe and it just so happened that I was just like the cookie cutter size and whatever speed that I had to play that position.
Now, Antonio, if you were only in the league for 7 years, would you even bother telling people you were in the NFL?
I would just tell him I played for 10 years.
Yeah. So round it off.
Maybe I should round it up.
Why
It
not,
is close.
dude?
Yeah. I
You're way
will.
too honest. He's an honest guy. This guy.
Definitely round that up.
Yeah, I'll try.
He's an honest guy, and I think he should. He's trying to be a role model for the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But your kid's too smart to play. Don't let your kid play football because that's a bright kid.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. Well, I'm not pushing it.
Do you think too
He
many?
hasn't asked for it.
What do you think about that? Do you think that the country's becoming a bunch of wusses though, Antonio? Like, no kids play football anymore. It seems it's all soccer and play dates and they're on the
true.
computer.
I definitely think the generations have changed.
I'll
You know,
say.
like when I drive around Rahway, I've been back home now. I remember we're always in the parks playing, try to get a game
Sure.
of rough touch or tackle all the time. Nowadays, you don't see too many kids out in the parks or enjoying themselves.
Absolutely.
Everyone's kind of, I guess they're locked
They're
up
inside.
in the
They're
houses.
playing
different.
video games.
PlayStation,
Computer,
tweeting, doing all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, they're
so
tweeting.
Totally different. I tried to coach at my high school the year after I retired, and the kids were vastly different. No one wanted to put the time in. No one wanted to work hard. No one wanted to hurt and push through.
Well, they were like,
Well, I think that's kind of like even what you see now, like in the NFL. Not to take, everyone talks
absolutely.
about how it's such a faster game. It's all about the playmakers. Your quarterbacks, skills
Right.
position guys, and you don't see like running games like you used to.
No.
And part of it is, the CBA, the current CBA, cutting things back.
How can
so you don't have guys
how
hitting
can you
heads,
expect
going
it
as
to
hard
be
all the
as
time.
tough?
So it kind of shows up in the games. You have a lot more finesse players nowadays as opposed to guys just kind of go in there and do the dirty work.
It used to be no one wanted to let the opponent see them hurt or injured or down and out in any way. Now it's almost cool to take yourself out of the game, because you have to admit to the head trauma. Well, guys stay down on the field more. I've noticed this. Maybe this is me being an old fuddy-duddy.
Definitely more old school.
But yeah,
That's how it is, old school.
guys lay on the field more now.
Right.
It's like they enjoy the attention, and you would never ever admit to having your bell rung ever, and that was dumb. Now we know it's dumb. But now, guys stay down, guys stay out the next week.
It's dumb to admit it, or now we know that it's dumb not to admit it?
It was dumb not to admit it. It was dumb not to admit it.
But if you still were playing, you probably still wouldn't admit it.
No, you're right, because that's the way I was taught. That's the way I was brought up.
Sure.
And I was so paranoid that someone would take my spots. There was no way I was letting on to being dinged in any way. Just pushing through, but I probably should have done it different.
Artie,
Maybe I
have you
would have
been
gotten
dinged
10.
a few times?
Oh, absolutely. Door dinged in the parking lot with my cars. No, actually, when I grew up, 9th, 10th grade, I played football, and I was not a good player at all. But I would get hit by guys. I was special teams, and I get hit on a blind side stuff, and it's amazing. It's amazing. And I ended up playing baseball. I got beamed a couple of times with fastballs.
Right.
That alone is
You're
crazy.
a big baseball guy, though.
I love baseball. I was a good baseball
He's
player.
good.
But I just said to myself, I'm not going to pursue baseball unless I'm sure I can play 10 years. What other sports did you play? Wrestling, football? Did you play baseball too?
Yeah, I played baseball. I pretty
You
much
did?
did everything. I did tennis.
Tennis? They had a
I did
tennis
anything.
team?
Yeah, Broadway did have.
They did?
We had everything out
That
there.
seems like a little
track.
That seems like a little Beverly Hills type thing. Tennis.
Yeah.
You know?
I just
I don't know if I
tried to,
could've done that.
I would just give my opponents a stare down.
It seems a little hoity-toity for
When we
me.
would play those other schools like Westfield or Summit or something.
Oh, Westfield, what a bunch of wusses. Yeah, I hated them.
Yeah.
I hated Westfield.
Why?
They were like
Rich kids?
Rich kids.
Yeah.
Total rich kids. Hoity-toity.
Manziels.
Total Johnny Manziels. Yeah.
I mean, he's been playing. He's been balling that
Are
kid.
you a fan of his?
Mike Buschetti thinks he'll be a great NFL player.
Yeah, but
What do you think? What do you think?
I think, to get a Heisman Trophy freshman year is no joke.
Yeah, Michael, that's the point.
He was
that's
a
been-
redshirt
That's a
freshman.
point that's been made for the last 8 months.
He just read that on Wikipedia. And
And first
I
of all,
heard about it.
you're making,
No,
Mike,
no,
you're making the
Wikipedia.
point 10 months after he did it.
No, but still, that's like winning an Oscar or an Emmy. It's just about the same. Maybe
It's not
more.
even close to being there.
I don't know.
They never got dinged.
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's.
But do you condone Manziel? Do you like him, or do you think he's a little bit of a? Look, as a defensive guy, you're out for him, right? If you're playing against him, you want to.
But you know what?
Crush him.
I like what I do like what he kind of brings. I like people that are cocky, kind of
You do.
a-holes a little bit. You know?
Well, welcome to the crowd here.
I feed off of him well. I like it. As a court, if he's on my team, I love it.
Sure.
If
you
he's
gotta
against
protect
me,
him. Against him, you want to crush him.
I'll be like that other kid that was mouthing off to him.
Yeah,
so
you want to crush him.
that's kind of how it is.
don't you feel as a defensive guy that all offensive players are soft, though?
Especially fullbacks.
Yeah. No,
Like,
for real.
without question.
Without a doubt. I mean,
Like
when
he's walking off the field again. Get him back
Yeah,
in.
I know. What, you play 33% of the
First and
snaps?
second down, come on.
Soft. I know. What a loser.
What's going on here?
Really, I had the whole mind shift when I was in college playing linebacker. They switched me over, and all of a sudden, I hated offensive players. And
Really?
it is so much easier to play offense than it is to play defense.
Yeah.
You
Is
know
that
where
true?
you're
Why is that
going.
true?
You reserve your energy. Defense, every play is all out. Yeah, and you're pursuing to the ball. You're just throwing yourself. You can't stay as under control. You're putting yourself out there to injury more easily. I mean, it's
There's
hardcore.
definitely a lot more injuries now than in
Yeah.
the past. just in 3 weeks. It's
Well,
crazy.
why? So do you
Because of the way everyone's practicing. How can you possibly be
I don't
ready
really
to,
think it's
to
because
play?
of how people are practicing. I think it's just because now that people do work out so much more in the off season, that athletes now than they were 10 years, 20 years, 30 years ago, they're just so much stronger, faster, quicker, that they start putting so much tension on their body on doing certain movements.
Well, I think
the human body just isn't supposed to do that. So
what about
I think
There's
that's what
got
you're
to
starting
be
to see a lot more.
something. Yeah, I think there's got to be something to that with the whole foot thing. The foot
Right.
phenomenon just started maybe 10 years ago with the whole, Liz Frank thing.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe they didn't know what it was before
not
that,
even a
but I
doctor.
never heard of that.
Went to Boston College, though.
You did? There you go.
So everyone thinks I'm smart.
Yeah.
Well, hey, look, let me tell you something. I think that football is football, and everyone's going to play their own way. Some people are going to be more dedicated and more into it, and some people are just going to be monsters on the field that you got to watch out for, no matter what. I think if they try to soften it up too much, people are going to play that way, and the ones that aren't are going to kill somebody.
Well,
And what about the steroids?
all-
Steroids are going on like crazy. Come on, let's face it.
or
Anthony,
HGH
you probably
might be.
refuse to do it, right? That's why you're out of the league.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm sure you refuse to do it. You're a
But
good man.
I mean, it's big in all sports. I think it's even bigger in sports because of the fact you don't want kids to start using it and abusing it because their favorite athletes are doing it. And usually you have to stop it from the top so it doesn't leak down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you get kids in high school doing it who never make it. They ruin their bodies, and
Right.
it's terrible.
Yeah, without a doubt, there were guys I remember from high school who did use steroids.
Right.
And
In
they
high
were-
school.
Yeah.
And then they get out of high school and they're just like a guy with,
And they were terrible.
with back knee.
Yeah.
I
they
would
were-
hear even when I was in high school, when I was in college, you always heard of the guys who supposedly did it. Even when you were in the NFL, everyone's rumored to do it. When I was in college, I always used to try to kind of pick on a guy that I thought or I heard did it.
You would pick on the guy?
I just try to use him up in practice.
Like, what would you do?
It's that defensive mentality,
Yeah.
How would you
little
pick on the
extra.
guy?
I would really try to tee off on him when I was getting off the ball. If the whistle blew, I would try to give him extra shove.
Oh, right.
If he was on the ground,
Try to get him
lean
to
into him a
roid
little bit
rage
more,
on you.
know? Exactly. I got kicked out of a lot of practices because the roid rage came out of somebody, and then I wouldn't back down, so it became a big thing.
Oh, so and
I was one of the very few people that got kicked out almost every year when I was at BC.
You got kicked out, but you weren't the one on roids. You got kicked
Because
out
I had to fight, because I had to stand up for,
Okay.
Stand up for
us other
the
guys
clean
that are
guys.
just kind of about.
Well, good for
I
you.
guess you can do that. I think with the wrestling background, you feel like you can take them down anyway if things.
I
So you
think
would-
wrestling helped me mentality wise because I always everything's one on one. So I'm on the field. Like for you, it's always you versus the linebacker. Me, it's me versus center. So that's the kind of mentality I take it. And if it goes a little past the whistle, so be it.
Yeah.
So now, so in other words, you would stand up for people who are victims of bullies.
I was like that in high school too.
Well, that's our guy.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
right. He wrote a superhero movie called Tubby Man, and he's Tubby Man. He does the same thing. He takes when someone's bullied, he's there to help them.
Let me know when you're making the sequel.
Yeah,
No,
he's
but
doing
it's
it
a
right
web
now.
series, but I've been picking them my whole life.
Give a quick pitch to Antonio. Give a pitch.
It's about a fat superhero, a.k.a. me.
Played by guess who?
No, but he's just. It's about anti-bullying. It's a comedy, but I also want to get a message out there about kids are being bullied on the internet today.
how
People, you know what I
boring.
mean? No, it's not boring. It's a sad thing. Kids are killing themselves because of bullies.
No question.
And you're trying to make money off it.
No, I'm not trying to make money off it. No, I didn't say I was about trying to make money off it. I want to get the word. You can get the word out there too, Art. It's not a joke.
Yeah, for $11 a ticket. Well, what's the pitch of the movie?
That's right. I couldn't. That's all I have. I have a
That's
couple
it?
episodes shot. Yeah.
Antonio's a busy guy, man. He's
I
got
know, but he.
It needs to
I
be
can
flushed
kind of
out.
be like your Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
You're
Because,
going to have a Robin who can kick your ass. A Robin who can kick the hell out of Batman.
no, that's funny though. I like that.
You let me know.
Tell me,
Thank
man.
you, buddy.
All right, well, listen, we'll let you know because Mike is a very talented actor and he's a good writer and he's got an idea that he's trying to flush out.
No question.
But like I said, everybody's bullied one way or another.
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some people
Some
are.
folks are.
You guys are just too cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool guys.
Well, no, I didn't say I've been bullied, certainly. But you know, but you've been bullied, right?
No.
You were never bullied as a kid? I mean, I was bullied in high
Tough
school.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Such a
No,
tough
you know
guy.
what? Once at camp, once I was at Navy football camp. No. Navy football camp at Annapolis. And there were all these black dudes who formed a group called the Pimp Daddies.
It had to be the black guy.
Yeah, right.
Dude, it's history.
Black guys bullying on the one
The
white
black
kid.
guys in the Pimp Daddies, not all the black guys, there's some of the black guys, they rounded up some of these white kids and they were making them run through a gauntlet where they would just punch you and kick you as you ran by. So in a way, they tried to make me run through the gauntlet, and I was just like, no, I'm
sounds like fun.
not going
It makes
to.
a lot of sense
So
now
I was almost bullied
that you
there.
you converted from linebacker to fullback because you became the one white guy against all the black linebackers.
That's interesting.
I totally understand it.
I think psychologically, you know what? He's got
I
a
was
point.
trying to vent my
got a point.
years of
Psychologically.
pent up,
Right.
frustration.
And listen-
well, no, but I
'Cause
didn't
of that
run
one
through.
time.
No, but I didn't run
If
through
you
the
had
thing.
Tubby, man, it
I
would
was
never
almost
happen.
bullied.
Yeah.
I know.
You might have
I
been
know.
Urlacher.
Yeah,
You'd have been
I know.
Urlacher.
If you
Wow.
had Tubby, man, you might have made that last 3 years.
You're
Tommy
right.
never came to the rescue, John. Don't worry. I would have punched a few people out.
Back with the Artie Lange show after this.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.